Can Our Marriage Survive an Affair? I'm joined here today by Peter Muhwati to talk about your new article. You talk about the betraying spouse taking on the responsibility to lead in repairing. Help me understand what it means for them to take the lead.
For the relationship to survive, they, as the ones who have caused the pain, also need to be the ones who are strong enough to provide comfort.
What does the betrayed spouse need to heal?
The first thing is they need to know the whole story more than anyone else might know. And they also need to start to be enabled by the betraying spouse to believe several things, to believe that the betraying spouse has empathy for their pain, to believe that the betraying spouse is remorseful, and to believe that there is going to be consistent, different behavior over time, and to feel that this is not going to happen again.
For the person watching this, that maybe this is a part of your story, there's a path forward. In this episode of the Road to Happiness podcast, we're going to be taking on another tender subject. I'll be meeting with counselor Peter Muhwati. He's a NICC therapist with MyCounselor.Online, and we're going to be unpacking his article on Can Our Marriage Survive an Affair? If you've experienced this in your life or you know someone who has, you know the tremendous pain that is a part of navigating this kind of, betrayal trauma in a relationship. So whether you're the betrayed spouse or betraying spouse, there's something here for you, and thinking through how to unpack what we've gone through and can we survive this? And if so, what is it going to take for us to move through it? Be helpful for you if this is part of your story, or if someone you love or care about has gone through this. Like, all of us know somebody that this has been a part of their story. This is going to equip you to be able to better understand the dynamics and how to be helpful in that situation. Stick around because you're going to learn some things, and we're going to learn some things together that will help you mature into true happiness. The Road to Happiness podcast is made possible by MyCounselor.Online. Hey, we all need some help every now and then. And the counselors at MyCounselor.Online are thrilled to come alongside you and help you navigate all the challenges in relationship or just life, the obstacles that life throws at you that get in the way. So check them out, MyCounselor.Online. They'd be honored to serve you. Right, I'm joined here today by Peter Muhwati, one of the amazing therapists here at MyCounselor.Online, to talk about your new article that you've got out called Can Our Marriage Survive an Affair? Now, I know you do a ton of marriage counseling and do a lot of work with couples, facing infidelity or facing affairs. And man, I just want to say out of the gate, one, for the person watching this, that maybe this is a part of your story, man, our heart is with you. This is one of the most difficult, painful, hard things that anybody has to navigate in life. And so I'm sorry that you're needing to watch a video like this and read an article like this. And I want you to know that we care about you and that there's a path forward, that you're not alone. You don't have to walk this road alone.
Yep.
Peter, one of the first things that you say in the article is that counseling should be a part of this process. I'm curious, why is that? Why should counseling be a part of the process? And why is it important in situations like this?
I think it's important because healing is a process. And early on, if you don't have the correct guidance, the missteps that happen after a discovery or a disclosure can really significantly damage your pathway to healing and alter that trajectory for you. And also because a lot of emotion is evoked
Mm-hmm.
when there is the discovery or the disclosure of an affair. And
Mm-hmm.
if that emotion, anger, shame, that type of thing, if it's not guided in the correct way and transformed, it can continue to do damage to your relationship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's, yeah.
I think people, there's an old saying that time heals all wounds, and it just isn't true,
Hmm.
particularly in these situations.
Hmm.
Like time plus doing things that heal can
Yes.
heal all wounds, but
Yes.
time in of itself won't heal everything. If we're not doing the right things that lead to healing, time can actually cause stuff to fester and to get
Yes.
worse. Like
Yes.
we've seen that, right? That
Yes.
I love that you highlight at the beginning, front end of these things, especially, there's decision points
Hmm.
that have to be made about how we're going to navigate what's we've discovered or what's been disclosed. And
Yes.
all paths do not lead to the same ending.
No.
Yeah, there are definitely things that can be said, that can be done, that can actually make things harder and worse and cause more destruction. And
Yes.
so, having some wisdom and guidance on the front end,
Mm.
where people who know the ropes have walked this road with many folks before, can
Hmm.
actually help provide some wisdom
Yes.
on next steps
Yes.
that can be the difference of getting on the path to healing versus things continuing to get worse.
Hmm. Hmm.
Since, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You talk
Precisely.
about the betraying spouse taking on the responsibility to lead
Hmm.
in repairing what they
Hmm.
have damaged, what they've been a part of. Help me understand what it means for them to take the lead, and why is that important? Why does that matter?
I think it's important because for the relationship to survive and to eventually thrive, they, as the ones who have caused the pain
Mm-hmm.
and brought this devastation, also need to be the ones who are strong and the ones who are strong enough to provide comfort.
Mm-hmm.
Or else the relationship then won't be able to get to the point of thriving. So their leadership is vital because of that.
Yeah, like if there's going to be trust again, if there's going to be healing, if we're going to be able to move on, there's going
Mhm.
to have to be a taking of responsibility and
Yes.
a willingness to lean into the hard things to repair.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. What does the betrayed spouse need to heal? Like what is it on the part of the person who's been betrayed? What do they need to hear? What do they need to experience in order for healing to be able to take place?
I think the first thing is they need to know the whole story and
Mm.
to know that they are in possession of the full story more than anyone else might know.
Mhm. Mhm.
And they also need to start to be enabled by the betraying spouse to believe,
Mm.
and to believe several things. To believe that the betraying spouse has empathy for their pain,
Mm.
right? To believe that the betraying spouse is remorseful,
Mm.
right? Those types of things are really, really important for them to begin to experience healing, and to believe that there is going to be consistent, good, different behavior over time.
Mm.
Really settles the heart, right, over time, to see that and to feel that this
Mm.
is not going to happen again.
Mm. Yeah, so key to establishing a felt sense of safety,
Yes.
right? To be able to hear those things and see those things in the face of the person that they love who's betrayed them in order to have a foundation for trust in that person and in the relationship in a possible future together.
Yes.
Like, affairs are some of the most painful things that anybody experiences in life. Like, it's been said, and I don't disagree with it, that the pain of betrayal, the pain of affair, in a lot of ways can be more painful than the death of a spouse. Like,
Mm,
being betrayed by a spouse just
mm,
cuts deeper and hurts more. Now, do you
yeah.
find that to be true as well?
Um, yes, I do. Right. And yet, I think that couples cannot, that marriages cannot only survive, but they can thrive.
Yeah, that was what I'm going to ask. Tell me about that. That, do they, like, what leads you to believe that? Because it seems a little crazy to say, like, on the front end of it, like, the relationship not only could survive, but could thrive, could actually be better off. Like,
Mm,
what, what leads you to say that? Because on the face of it, if you haven't walked these things, that seems like a crazy claim.
yeah. I think we've seen it over and over again
Mm,
that good research backed guidance, um, we can lead couples predictably to the safe shore of care and comfort for each other
mm,
once again.
yeah. And so many times, I know we've seen it, both you and I and the others that work in this space, that, to a place that was better than where they began. I
Yes.
think, you know,
Yes.
I like to tell couples, we're really not looking to restore the relationship back to what it was before, because what it
Mm,
was before got us to the place that we're at now. We don't want to
exactly.
just go back there. We
Mhm.
actually want to build something new that is
Yes.
different than what we have had before and better than what we
Yes.
have had before. And that
Yes.
really is possible.
Yes.
Like, we're not only do we find healing for the betrayal that happened, but we also address the things that were broken
Yes.
that led to the circumstances that we find ourselves in with the betrayal, and thus
Yes.
build something that's stronger and healthier than
Mhm.
we've ever had and ever
Mhm.
known.
Yeah.
And it's the miracle that we've been talking about all
Yeah.
along in our previous videos. This miracle that God does,
Mhm.
where He brings beauty out of ashes, He
Yes.
brings dead things back to life, and He
Yes.
does what only He can, and actually blesses us through what the enemy would want to destroy us with.
Mhm.
Like, it is nothing short of a miracle, but it's a miracle that we see every single week as we work
Yes.
with couples.
Yes,
Like,
we
it
do.
really does happen.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Mm.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of joy to do it too, right? Like, there's just something about when a family can stay intact and
Mhm.
when a husband and wife can kind of navigate the pain and the loss, and where they've been missing each other sometimes for years
Yes.
prior to these breaches,
Yes.
and to have something new and beautiful.
Yes. I mean, there's like you said, we see it weekly, and it's um, the freedom that they experience to have the relationship that um, they ought to have, that God wanted them to have. I kind of
Mm.
think of this work as by the end of it, we'll be thriving because you know each other warts and all, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah. There's a naked and unashamed. We're
yeah,
back to Genesis. We're back to the garden in some ways, that a lot of times there's been hiding, there's been kind of this disconnect, and
yeah,
we choose each other even
yes,
in the midst of all of our flawedness and brokenness, and grow
yes,
through that. and the
Yes.
latter is better than the former.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Love it.
Well, thank you for the work that you do with couples to be a part of that miracle that God is doing, and for taking some time to distill some of the wisdom of that into this article, and to hang out with me and spend a little bit of time talking about it and fleshing it out a little bit for those that are watching. So I appreciate you, Peter, and
Thanks,
the
Josh.
work that you do.
Thank you. I really appreciate this.
Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Brings Cassie and I a lot of joy to be a part of your story and have these conversations with you just about life and faith and neuroscience. Like, it is such a joy to get to do this with you. It's more fun when we learn together. I got a small ask for you. Would you hit the subscribe button for this podcast? It really helps us, and it's a free way in which you can support what it is that we're doing and help others be able to connect with the same resources that you're enjoying. And if you find yourself in need of a little extra help, check out MyCounselor.Online. They're our sponsors. They make this podcast possible. The Christian counselors at MyCounselor.Online would be thrilled to come alongside you and serve you in your time of need. Hey, and Cassie and I want you to know that we're praying for you and that we're cheering you on as you mature into true happiness.